Good afternoon, boys and girls. So it's time for math, and in a lot of ways, this has been the hardest thing for me to figure out how to teach without having the stuff we normally have, without having our whiteboards and our markers and everything, and our counting stuff, without having all that stuff. And so anyway, I think I know where we're going, and so we are starting to work on addition today. So you should have gotten in the mail a number bond, an eraser, and a dry erase marker. If you got those, you're going to need to use those today. And so on the back side of that board is just blank, right? And so when we're going to practice doing some things, you can do it on that back part also. And then we will use the number bond part today. But the first thing we're going to do is read this book, Five Little Monkeys. So 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. So it was bedtime. So 5 little monkeys took a bath. 5 little monkeys put on their pajamas. 5 little monkeys brushed their teeth. 5 little monkeys said goodnight to their mama. Then 5 little monkeys jumped on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. The mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." So 4 little monkeys jumped on the bed. One fell off and bumped her head. Oh, his head, right? Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." So then there were 3 little monkeys. 3 little monkeys jumped on the bed. One fell off and bumped her head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." So how many monkeys were left? You are right, there are 2. So 2 little monkeys jumped on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." So 1 little monkey jumped on the bed. She fell off and bumped her head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed." So 5 little monkeys fell fast asleep. "Thank goodness," said the mama. "Now I can go to bed." So I'm going to take my dry erase board, and there, you see I do have one of our clipboards from school, and I am going to draw me a 5 frame. So I've got 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on the first page, there were 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed, and then 1 fell off, right? So how many were left? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we were going to write this as an addition problem, we have 1 plus 4 equals 5. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So I have 1 and then 4, and all together I had 5. So when we add, we put parts of it together and come back and for the whole. Now I'm going to change that. Now we still have 5, right? But this time we're going to say I had 2 little monkeys, right? So how many do I have here? You're right, I have 2. And then how many here? 3. So 2 and 3 equals 5. So when we're putting things together, that is called addition. So this sign means plus, this sign is equals. And we've talked before about equals means the same, right? So, and when we're doing addition, and especially when our numbers are kind of small like this, we can use our fingers if that helps us. So I can do 2 and 3, and then I count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 and 3 equals 5. And that's fine when we're in kindergarten and we're just learning. And so that's fine for us to use. But as we get a little bit older in the first grade, we're going to do bigger numbers. And so we have to kind of really figure out how to do it and how to put it all together. And that will be fun, and we will work on that. So I'm going to stop the video here for a second, and I'm going to turn it back around so you can see my computer board. I don't have a board, but I have my computer, and you can see what we're going to do on that. So I'll see you back in just a second. So here we are back again, and we are looking at our 100 board like we've done before. So today we're going to count by 10. So we're going to look at this row right here and just count by 10s all the way to 100. So we go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So we have been, right before spring break, we were working on recognizing big numbers, right? And so we all pretty much know our numbers from 1 to 20. And remember, when we get above 20, we just follow, it's a pattern all the way around. So the number 21 has 2 sets of 10s plus 1 extra. And then it goes on like that. So 31 would have 3 10s and 1 extra. Okay, here we go. So here is the number bond, but I'm going to come back to this in just a second, but I want to do this real quick. So this is a 5 frame, and you all have used 5 frames before. We've been using 10 frames more lately, but as we were talking about earlier with our numbers and with the 5 Little Monkeys song, so we had, so if we had, let's say we started with 3 monkeys, right? And then how many were left? Yep, 2. So we have 3 monkeys that fell off the bed. And then how many more? So that would be our blank spaces are how many? 1, 2. So 3 plus 2 equals, and then we count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to that other page, and this is our number bond. So a number bond is a way we can look at when we put things together or take them apart, okay? So if you see on this number bond, right, I have, these are my 2 parts, so this one and this one, and it goes into the hole, right? So we have 2 parts that go into a hole. Now we know from the song that we were doing just a little bit ago that our whole, our total equals 5. So if you look, how many blue manipulatives do I have? I have 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you found something at your house that you can count, so either Legos or cars or pennies or whatever you find, this is when you could use them. So if I have my parts, right, if I start with 2, so I'm going to take my 2 and put them here. And then how many would be left down here? Yeah, 3. So 2 and 3 equals 5. Now, if I started up here and I had 4 up here, how many would be left? 5, right. That's right. So in what we're doing today, we know the number equals 5. But if I didn't know that and I were adding a problem like 1 plus 2. So I could do 1, so I've got 1 here and 2 here, 1, 2. I'm going to take these out and then I count them all together. 1 plus 2 equals 1, 2, and 3, right? So I'm going to erase that 5. And we are going to write the number 3 in here. So 1 plus 2 equals 3. Good. All right, so we could do more of that, but I want to take a few minutes to go over our paper today. So you have this paper in your packet. I hope you've received it by now. If not, I'm sure you will today or tomorrow, and it'll be fine, so don't worry about it. So on this one, it says, write the missing numbers to make the statement true. So how many monkeys are on my bed here? Yeah, there's 2. And how many are off? Yeah, 3. So you can see Miss Pratt is having problems doing this because I don't have a pen to use. So 2 and 3 make 5. Now on this one, how many are on the bed? 4, right? So 4, and how many are off the bed? So 4 and 1 makes 5. Now then we can see on this one, how many's on the bed? 1, good. And how many's off the bed? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want you to go ahead and finish this page by this side by yourself. But I want to go over the back side with you, okay? Because I think you guys can do that. So these are our numbers to 20, and it says color the number that is more. So I look at 13 and 19, and I think about which is more. Now, this 1 in front of each one of these means I have 1 set of 10. On each of them. So then I can just look at the second number. I've got a 3 and a 9, which is more. And yeah, it is 9. So then you can color that in. Let's see if I can find, oh, here, there, I finally found my, so let's see. And I'm going to just pick a little bit. Ooh, that's a really big one, huh? Okay, so then we go to the next one. 17 and 12. So we see that it starts with the first number is the same. So I am going to color in this one because 7 is more than 2. Now this one, I have 10 and 12. So the first number is the same. So I'm going to look at the second one. I've got 0 and 2. So which one is more? Yeah, the 2 is more. Okay, now 15 and 16. So the first number is the same. So we just look at the second number. So 5 and 6, which is more? The 6, good. Then I have 16 and 18. So the first number is the same. Then I have a 6 and an 8. So which is more? The 18. Okay, we're going to do one more together. So I have 11 and 19. The first number again is the same. So now I'm going to look at the second number. So I've got a 1 and a 9, which is more than 9, right? So that 19 is more than 11. Good job. Okay, so it's time for me to end for today. And so I want you to try to do the rest of this, but don't worry. I mean, if you just do your best, and if you get it, that's great. And if not, we will continue to work on this tomorrow. I want you to have a good afternoon and an evening, and I will see you again tomorrow. Good night.